powerful. Yeah. He's so vicious. Like his one-punch power at 135 is like nobody else's in the division. Like the way he starches people is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets so much torque and power into his punches, and he's so fast that he covers ground and his uppercuts, they're just devastating.
Yeah, for sure. I think I can stop him. I'm much quicker than him. He's much stronger, much bigger, but we just gotta wait and see until we get in there and touch the wall.
Joe Rogan appeared visibly taken aback when Gervonta "Tank" Davis walked into the press event ahead of his exhibition match with Jake Paul. Instead of the sleek, compact figure fans are used to seeing, Davis looked noticeably bulked up, his frame denser, more muscular and defined than expected. Rogan, who has seen countless elite athletes at their physical peak, couldn't hide his surprise, the kind of reaction reserved for moments that exceed even high expectations.
I'm a giant Gervonta fan. I think that guy's so unusual. His style's so unusual, and his patience.
The Leo Santa Cruz fight was really something for me, because Leo Santa Cruz is a technician, Mexican style, and the fight was very close before Tank stopped him. But he has that power that can end it.
He finds these openings, and he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's so patient. Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he probably has the lowest punch count in the early rounds. But he also knows he's got that nuclear option that if he can crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence in that.
During the face-off that followed, Davis seemed to consciously downplay his new physique. Rather than showing off his muscles or adopting an aggressive stance, he maintained a relaxed posture, occasionally crossing his arms or angling his body to obscure his frame. Positioning appeared deliberate, perhaps to divert attention from his transformation or to conceal just how much his body has changed. Still, even with those subtle efforts, the difference was impossible to ignore. Joe Rogan pointed out that Jake Paul's approach to these fights is more about promotion than true competition. He explained that matchups like this are designed to attract casual viewers and spark curiosity by pairing unlikely opponents. According to Rogan, the betting buzz and overall spectacle surrounding such fights focus less on sporting legitimacy and more on generating headlines. He believes Jake understands how to stay in the public eye, using boxing as a platform for self-promotion, even when the matchups themselves don't entirely make sense.
That was Jake Paul promoting it. You know, it's just like, but doesn't bother me.
There's compromising the sport, and that's like bad. It's just like
if I bet on it, it bothers the fuck out of me.
Watching it with people who are so in on it, and then also man, the sports betting apps, they introduced like chat apps in them in Australia. So it's like they're trying to take the place of social media companies where you go together and you meet your friend. Like betting should be exciting enough without having a weird.
They're just trying to draw you in. They're just trying to make money, right? So they're trying to draw you in any way they can.
Yeah. Davis is a lightweight champion, typically competing around 135 pounds, while Jake Paul has fought much closer to the cruiserweight limit in his previous bouts. For this exhibition, the agreed catch weight is 195 pounds, a decision that shocked many and was only confirmed after considerable back-and-forth negotiations.
We're yelling so much about him fighting someone, fight somebody your size. His next opponent is, by far, the most credentialed guy ever fought actively in his prime. There's one problem. He fights at 135 pounds. He fights at 135 pounds.
Due to the mismatch, the rules governing this exhibition fight are non-standard. For example, both fighters will use 12-ounce gloves, which are heavier than what Davis normally uses when fighting in his class.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Oh, so Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach.
Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake.
Exhibition though, can he win?
Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges.
So you can actually still win and knock him out.
But here's the trick. It's body punches only.
And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall?
At Jake Paul's belly.
Ooh.
So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved.
But Jake Paul for the win.
Because of the massive weight difference, the rules for this exhibition fight are non-standard. For instance, both fighters will wear 12-ounce gloves, significantly heavier than what Davis normally uses in his division.
My only concern is, you know, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake. He fights in 10s. Tank fighting 8s, so he losing 4 ounces. So my thing is, I said, they said, put Tank in 8s, put him in 10s. That makes the fight more interesting, you know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there because I understand. And I brought that question up to one of his handlers. They was, no, we don't want to do no mixed match. It's supposed to be an expedition. What, you know, now y'all want the wins and the loss. You know what I'm saying? All these prescriptions, but you want to be great. Being great is really pushing the envelope, you know what I'm saying? You know, Tank don't really care, you know? So when I brought this up, he said, dang, facts. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, he can weigh the 10s and we weigh the 8s. Then we got to fight.
Davis's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, has expressed concern over this adjustment, noting that while heavier gloves reduce some impact damage, they also alter how punches land and how fighters defend.
Right? They should also have, like, the size of the ring, the size of the glove, all that stuff, particulars should be in the contract. But I would probably look for one thing that is not the common thing to have in a contract if I'm Tank. A ladder. A ladder. Can I get a ladder? Somebody? You know what I mean? Hey, look, if he hits him on the chin the way he can punch, you know, Jake might be doing a dance. You know what I mean? Not voluntarily either. But we'll get into that more later. The thing that I'm talking about right here is what you said. It was stark. The size difference was really, you couldn't ignore it. We understand the talent difference, the experience difference. We understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it to Canelo, but you know, a little different. The size difference was, I mean, it was eye-catching, jaw-dropping. And it made me think, and I'm gonna ask Richie, our man here who's doing all the taping, who does such a marvelous job. I'm gonna ask him, because I know he's an expert in this area, but it reminded me of one of the Rocky movies where they had the face, where they did the wrestling thing with Rocky and Hulk Hogan, AKA Thunder Lips. He was Thunder Lips back there. And I thought I had it right, and it was confirmed to me. It's Rocky Drake.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas reacted to the face-off between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, emphasizing the extreme size disparity. He joked that Tank is so small compared to Jake that he'd need a ladder just to reach his chin, while Atlas acknowledged that differences in size and style are normal.
Paul, I think when he weighed in for Mike Tyson, was 227 pounds. That is, if I'm not mistaken, a 92-pound weight difference. It's insane. That is called one thing. That's called being a bully.
He compared the situation to Canelo Alvarez moving up to face Terence Crawford, but clarified that Crawford was never that undersized. Tank, however, is physically too small to reach Jake effectively, making this matchup seem unbalanced from the start. Fans, analysts, and media alike have raised concerns about the fairness and safety of such a fight. Some argue the controversy extends beyond Davis himself, questioning how the event is being marketed, whether it prioritizes fighter safety, and what kind of precedent it might set for future celebrity or exhibition bouts. Joe Rogan remains among those voices calling it an
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive, and man, he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Yeah.
And he has so much confidence in his power. So much confidence in his power.
You know, he just, in his mind, he know it's a matter of time before I catch you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Tank, you know, these fighters. You gotta be aware 15 rounds. I know you're going 12, but you gotta think you're going 3 more, because one slip, one mistake, and it's over.
Yeah.
You know, so hats off to Tank. You know, he's a great, talented fighter. But again, he haven't faced the top elite fighters in his division.
Right.
You know, so we want to see Tank against, you know, somebody his size, you know, at the elite level.
Yeah.
And I believe he'll do good, because, you know, he got the skills, the power, he got the ring IQ to do good, but we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he's also wild. He's a wild fella, so he's fun to watch. You know, he's just a crazy dude, you know?
Yeah. Coming from Baltimore, man, I think that's just his upbringing as well.
Yes, for sure. He's just so unique in his approach. Like, you know, he doesn't fight like anybody else.
Dana, White hasn't been shy about expressing skepticism toward the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis matchup. He slammed Paul for cherry-picking smaller opponents and argued that if Jake wants credibility, he should fight someone closer to his own size. White even compared Davis to Floyd Mayweather in terms of punching power, saying Tank hits way harder than Floyd, but admitted that Davis is simply too small. He added that Paul could easily use his size to smother Davis inside the ring. Blunt as ever, White's...
Like that Ryan Garcia one, where Gervonta Davis caught him with that left hook to the body. People were saying that he quit.
No.
He never been hit in the liver. Oscar De La Hoya quit the same way with Bernard Hopkins.
With the same thing.
Same body shot.
Same
left
body
hook to
shot.
the body.
And he tried to come, and he tried to take a step out that corner and not the front of his foot even moved. He just went down. He's like, man, this is it.
And if you get kicked to the body, oh my God. A kick to the body is so goddamn devastating, especially a spinning back kick. You could literally pick someone up in the air. It's like they got hit by a car.
Any kick.
Yeah.
To that.
It's really something to see a kid who has nothing, born into extreme poverty, become a world champion, like Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
It's an inspiring story.
It is, and it's great for everyone because it gives you fuel. Like for a person who's coming up in life, even if you're not a fighter, you see what someone's gone through and you see the success that that hard work has created.
Right.
And it can be a roadmap for your own life.
Joe Rogan, on the other hand, has consistently shown respect for Davis, both for his skill set and his rise through the boxing ranks. After Davis's knockout victory over Rolando Romero, Rogan praised him as an emerging superstar, highlighting his ability to deliver highlight reel moments with explosive power and unique flair. Rogan also reacted to Davis's performance against Ryan Garcia, calling his presence in the ring terrifying and emphasizing how quietly dangerous Tank can be. He might start cautious, Rogan explained, but the threat of serious damage is always there.
You know what you make. Again, there's nothing wrong with Tank going to get his money, but let's all be clear that that's all the fight is for Tank. He's telling you without telling you that he's fighting Jake just because he's getting $40 million. So when we talk about boxing being dead, Tank has to line up at the front of the line. I can't blame him, but don't throw around, oh, boxing's dead and people switch sides and all of that. You chose not to be great. That's it. You chose not to be great. Stuff like that, choices like that will kill boxing. For sure. On a competitive level, it won't kill it on a business level. On a business level, until people run out of interest in these kind of matchups, it'll do well. On a competitive level, choosing not to fight the best will kill the sport. So maybe it's better if people like Tank aren't in the sport. And I don't even say that because I want that to be the case. I think Tank is ridiculously talented, but you can't want a fighter to fight more than what they want to. You can't. Tank fans or Tank people that like Tank and think he's one of the best, you can't want it for him. And then Shakur came back with, that's how I know you soft. I can't even go back and forth with you soft ass. You rather pop to me on social media than get in that fire and get embarrassed. I get it. Peace and blessings upon you, cuz. He says, the people got you chest out so bad. You talking like you a killer, forgetting that you the one that runs, bitch. I'll bring the fight to you. This dude, a made-up character. Quote, blessings upon you. Clown ass dude, wanna be Kevin Gates. Oh my goodness. I mean, here's the thing though. You can't say that stuff about Shakur if you're not willing to fight him. This is the point I think that we're going to come to today, is that Tank can say all this stuff he wants, but if you're not willing to fight Shakur, then none of it means anything anymore. Even if you believe that Tank is going to knock him out, even if you believe that Shakur's a runner, or that he's not in the trenches, or he's not a boxer that's willing to bring the fight or whatever, none of it matters. You're talking from the sideline because you won't fight it.
There's growing evidence suggesting that Davis plans to retire after his upcoming exhibition fight with Jake Paul, with financial stability reportedly being the main motivation. Tank has repeatedly voiced his frustration with the sport, calling boxing dead and criticizing its lack of loyalty. His longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, confirmed that Tank chose the Paul fight over other competitive rematches because the payday was far greater. Beyond money, it seems Davis has grown weary of the physical, emotional, and mental grind that comes with the sport. His recent remarks reveal a man ready to walk away, saying he's tired of being seen and wants to focus on his family and life beyond boxing.
Do you think that Jake Paul could win a legitimate boxing title?
No, no, because he's so far behind someone of his equal age who's been doing it for a very long time. He started very late. That's why I applaud exactly what he's doing. I think he should be doing exactly what he's doing. If he fought a legitimate, top 10 cruiserweight, I will shut the if he's able to fight an actual contender of the top 10. That would be astonishing if he can get to that point. If he beat anybody in the top 10, that would be, to me, the greatest thing he's ever accomplished.
Yeah, because historically, he's fought old men.
I think he's done it the right way, because there's a possibility where a 50-year-old Anderson Silva might be able to beat him. Who thought he was going to beat Tyson? I really thought, oh, Tyson's just going to go to the body and just punish his body, because I thought that that's what would win him thing, but he did not do that. I think it makes for a good matchup. He's made for great spectacle.
Meanwhile, actor and martial artist Michael Jai White added his voice to the discussion, asserting that Jake Paul, regardless of his skill or popularity, can never be considered a legitimate boxing champion. White emphasized the difference between crossover exhibitions and official championship bouts sanctioned by major boxing organizations. His comments echo a broader sentiment among fighters and purists who see Paul's ventures as entertainment spectacles rather than genuine tests of boxing pedigree, reinforcing the widespread.
Do we think the fight is ridiculous between you and Jake Paul? Yes. Are we going to watch it? Yeah. Do we like it? Maybe. Maybe. And let me tell you why it's maybe, why it's not no, why it's not yes. It's maybe because many of us, we just don't believe it. We just don't believe the fight is real. We know it's an exhibition, but we just don't believe that you two are going to try to take each other's heads off. Other than that, it's kind of interesting. You have a 5'5" lightweight versus a heavyweight Jake Paul, who's really not a boxer with an amateur background and all that shit, but he's been knocking people out. It's kind of interesting if we know y'all were trying to knock each other's head off.
Commentator Showbiz also acknowledged that despite the unconventional nature of the fight, public curiosity will likely translate into massive viewership. Tank's recent remarks about possibly retiring have fueled uncertainty and speculation among fans about whether the fight will even happen. The ongoing social media tension between Davis and Shakur Stevenson, with both exchanging sharp jabs on X, has only added to the chaos. Their war of words has blurred the line between entertainment and
Look at how Tank started acting after he made $40 million with Ryan. When he make another $40+ million with Jake,
he's gonna go make $40 million fighting Jake Paul, and then he's gonna come back and fight Lamont Road for what? He's gonna come back and fight Shakur Stevenson for what? He's not gonna fight none of those guys.
No, the only way he fight any of them guys, Turkey gonna have to hit him with the Crawford money. Because that's the thing. You do this for a reason, bro. Like, I get it. You want him to be competitive, but his goal is money. He made 40 with Ryan plus everything in between. Now he get this 40, 50 million plus. He don't even got to fight no more. So now if you want him to fight Shakur, give me that Canelo money.
Many boxing analysts argue that in his recent career choices, Gervonta Davis has shifted focus, prioritizing financial gain over legacy. They point to the Jake Paul matchup as proof of this new mindset. According to insiders, Tank is now driven more by the size of the purse than by the prestige of the opponent. To convince him to face elite fighters like Shakur Stevenson or Lamont Roach, promoters would need to offer payouts comparable to mega events like Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. At this stage, many believe that money has overtaken legacy as Tank's prime.
Gervonta, a lot of boxing fans aren't happy with the fact you've taken this fight rather than the Roach rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? And can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care what they think? When y'all switch somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
However, Davis fired back at critics who accused him of ducking top contenders like Shakur Stevenson. He made it clear that he doesn't care about public opinion, reminding fans that their loyalty often fades after a single disappointing